Good morning. We're going to do an hour practice of yoga today. We're going to sit nice and tall in the center of our mats to start today's practice. Nice tall spine. Arms are by our sides. We're going to close our eyes. We're going to begin by doing some breathing this morning. Take your chin to your chest. Take a deep belly breath in through your mouth. Feel your belly rise. Hold. Slowly exhale that breath, bringing your chin to the ceiling. Another deep belly breath in. Hold. Exhale slowly, bringing your chin to your chest. Feeling the tensions leave your body. Let's do that again. Be aware of how that makes you feel. Deep breath in. Hold. And slowly exhale. Deep breath in. Hold. And exhale. Let's bring our head center. Open our eyes. We're going to rock our head. We're going to lead with our chin. We're going to have that chin make a half circle, like a big smile. We're going to take it to the right side and then over to the left. Continue your breathing as you do this. Deep breaths in. We're going to rock over to the right, and we're going to have that chin go all the way around. Lead with your chin way up to the ceiling. Make a big circle. Come down to the right, left, and then to the right, and hold. I'd like you to look up at the ceiling. Follow an imaginary arc to the right in the back of the room, turning your head as far as you can over your shoulder. Breathe. And release. Let's come center. Let's do that rocking again. We're going to rock left this time, leading with our chin, down and up, and down and up again. Make sure you're breathing. And now over to the left. Hold. And over to the right again. Over to the left. Now let's go all the way around, leading with our chin. Big circle. Coming back down, over to the left and hold. Now look up to that ceiling again and follow a spot on the ceiling over to the left behind your shoulder. Hold that. Breathe. And release. Okay. We're going to continue our practice by warming up our shoulders. Let's bring those shoulders up and back, up to our ears and back. Let's do that again, up to our ears and back. And now let's do the opposite. We're going to go back, up, and down. Rolling back first, up and then down. Big, exaggerated movements. Getting our shoulders warmed up for today's practice. And hold. Get to take your arms straight out. Take that big belly breath in again. And exhale, pointing your thumbs down and back. Deep breath in again. Now follow those thumbs up, over, and back. Let's continue that with our breathing. Breathe in, thumbs down and back. Exhale, thumbs up and back. Breath in, thumbs down. Breath in, thumbs up. Now take your hands straight out, palms are down. I'd like you to widen your fingers and make them come up like a stop sign. Fingers are nice and wide. Now make a fist. Open your fingers. Take another fist and open. One more. Take a fist and open. Now we are going to just rotate our wrists and go around in a circle. I hear some cracking and popping. That's good. Now let's go in the opposite direction. Big circles with just your wrists. Arms are out at shoulder height. And hold. We're going to take a breath. And we're going to slowly bring our hands back down to the mat, saying ah to our shoulders. Okay. We're going to bring our right arm out, and we're going to take and put our elbow in of our left arm in that right arm. And we're going to, keeping our shoulders down, we're going to pull that arm across our chest, stretching out that shoulder we just worked. Our head is straight ahead, neutral. And release. Now take the arm up and back. Your left hand is down the middle of your back. Your right hand is on the flush below your elbow. Now just pull that arm so that it is straight up in the air alongside your ear, getting a nice stretch on that arm. Take a breath. Take another breath in. And release. Leaving your arm up there, take your right arm and bring it behind your back and reach up, trying to touch those fingertips. Now the idea is to stretch the arm. If you can reach the fingers, great. If not, just stretch as far as you can. Nice and straight with your back. Take a breath in. And exhale. Take another breath in. And exhale. And release. Let's do that to the other side. We're going to take the left arm out. We're going to bring the right arm in to the elbow of the left. And we're going to pull that right arm across our chest. Nice stretch on the shoulder. Remember your breaths. And release that. We're going to take that right arm up, put the arm down the middle of our back, and with our left hand we're going to grab the fleshy part below the elbow and straighten that arm, pulling it. Gives us a nice stretch on that right side. Take some breaths. And another breath. Now release and leave the right arm up, but bring the left behind your back. And then try to bring your fingertips up to the right arm. If you can clasp your fingers together, great. It's a nice stretch. Otherwise, just stretch as far as you can. Breathe. Another deep breath in. And release. We're going to bring both arms to the mat. We're going to do that shoulder roll just a couple more times. Work those shoulders. And we're going to go forward. Okay. Now we're going to put our hand out like a stop sign. We're going to stretch our fingers. We're going to pull back on our fingers. So our right hand is out, our left hand is pulling back on the fingers. Breathe. And release. We're going to rotate those fingers down. Palm is still out. Again, pull your fingers back. Take a breath. And release. Bring that hand back up and grab a hold of that thumb. We're going to pull out on the thumb and then down. Pull out and then down. One more time. Pull out and down. Now take your hand flat down so your palm is away from you. Again, we're going to bring those fingers toward us. Shake that hand out. Let's do that on the other side. Left arm is out in a stop sign. Fingers are open a little bit. With your right hand, pull those fingers back towards you. Should feel good. We're going to be on our palms in a little bit. It helps to stretch our hands out. We use our hands all day, every day. Okay, let's rotate those fingers down. Palm is still out, away from us, and pull them back again. That's great. Now bring the hand back up and let's grab a hold of that thumb. We're going to pull that thumb down and then out. Pull the thumb down and out, down and out. Okay. Now we're bringing our fingertips straight down so the palm is facing us, and we're going to pull the fingers toward us again. Deep breath. And shake your hand. Okay. We're going to do a little bit of some flow with our arms. So we're going to take our arms and put them out a little ways on the mat. We're going to take a deep breath up and exhale in a half forward fold. Now you're bending at the waist here, and your arms are going to stay at your shoulder height. Take a breath. Take another breath, and let's bring those hands down to the mat and slowly come up. Deep breath up. Exhale, forward half fold. Deep breath in. Exhale to the mat and slowly come up. One more. Deep breath up. Forward half fold. Exhale down to the mat. Now let's stay down here for a minute. We're going to let our neck be neutral. We're looking down in front of us on the mat. I want you to walk your hands over to the left side. This should give you a nice stretch on the right side of your body. Reach out with that right hand, pulling up with those fingertips as far as you can. Breathe. Okay, let's walk our hands back center, and now way over to the right side. This time stretching out our left arm. Take a breath. And another breath. Okay, let's walk our hands back center, then back, pushing ourselves up into a seated position. Okay. All right, let's stretch out those legs in front of us. We're going to pedal our feet up and down, waking up our legs. We'll stretch out them before we begin our rest of our practice. All right, I want you to flex your feet straight up. We're going to do that over the head breath again. And again, exhale, half forward fold. Now your hands should be directly above your feet. Let's take a deep breath in and try to go a little bit farther forward. Bring your hands down to those feet and slowly come up. Again, deep breath overhead. Exhale, half fold. Deep breath in. Try to go a little more forward. Another breath. Exhale down to your legs and slowly come up. All right, this time we're going to take a deep breath overhead, and we're going to do a full fold to our feet. Taking your first two fingers, wrap them around your big toes. Now you may have to lift your knees a little bit to get into this stretch. That's fine. It's still a really good stretch. But if you can, straighten out your legs. That's good. We're still warming up, so don't push it. Shoulders are down. Take a deep breath. Take another deep breath. And we're going to slowly come up those legs. All right. I'd like you to take your feet, both of them, out into a wide V. Flex your feet. Keep them nice and flexed. We're going to do a flow where we start going down at the left leg, breathing, exhaling across to the right, and then up our leg, and then the opposite direction. All right, here we go. Sitting up nice and tall. Deep breath up overhead. Exhale over to that left foot. Come across the center to the right. Deep breath in and come up. Exhale down to the right, across to the left, and up. Deep breath. Exhale and up. Inhale. Exhale down, across, and up. One more set. Deep breath. Exhale. And up. Last one. Breathe. Exhale. And up. Okay, let's bring our feet together. We're in butterfly. We're going to pull them as close to our body as we can, sitting up nice and tall. Put your elbows towards your knee. We're going to rock, starting over to the left and then to the right. This opens up our sits bones, gets our hip in the positions they need to be in for our practice today. Be a little clunking, maybe. I always clunk. And stop. Let's push those feet straight out in front of us. We're going to lift up each side and cup our hands, the palm of our hands underneath our ankles. We're still sitting up as tall as we can in this position. Take a deep belly breath in. And exhale, pulling yourself down into that diamond shape in the center here. You're rounding your shoulders, your head is down. Take a few breaths here. Be mindful of your lower back. Try to get it to relax. And release. Come on up. I want you to stretch out that left leg. Bring the thigh of your right the sole of your foot into your right thigh. We're sitting up on our sits bones. Taking a deep breath up. This is a full forward fold to our foot. You can grab a hold of the bottom of your foot or your feet or your ankle, whatever you can reach. Another breath in and slowly come up that leg. This time we're going to exhale this way. Deep breath up. Now exhale over that bent knee, bringing your forearms to the mat. Your neck is neutral. Take a few breaths here. And push yourself up. All right, let's do that on the other side. Right leg is out. Sole of the left foot is in your right thigh. Deep breath overhead. Full forward fold. Hold on to that foot or your ankle, whatever you can reach. Take a few breaths. Take a breath and slowly come up that leg. Folding this way this time. Deep breath up. Turn to that bent knee and exhale down. Bringing your forearms to the mat. Again, a few breaths. And push yourself up. Okay. We're going to bring both of our feet together again. This time we're going to do some flutters. We're going to hold on to our ankles. And we're going to sit up nice and tall and bounce those legs. Let's work that inner thigh muscle. It's a hard one to reach. Gives our legs some tone on the inner thigh. Breathe. And it looks like a butterfly, doesn't it? And stop. Let's push those feet out in front of us. We're going to clasp our hands around the ends of those toes. Our chest is still up and open for our breath. Take a deep one. Hold it. And now exhale, bringing yourself down into that diamond again. And release. All right. I would like you to move yourself into tabletop. So that's getting on our hands and knees, okay? Our hands are underneath our shoulders. Our knees are under our hips, hip width apart. We're going to do cow and cat to begin with. So take a deep breath in. Your head goes up, your belly drops. And then on your exhale, we're going to push with our arms, arch our back, and out with that air. Let's repeat that. Deep breath in for cow. Exhale, cat. Deep breath in for cow. Exhale for cat. I want you to widen your knees into a V. Put your big toes together. Now push yourself back into child's pose. Good morning, kitty. Now you're going to stretch your arms out. Your forehead's going to the mat. This is our resting position. Whenever you feel like you can't do a position or you're getting a cramp, let's get into this pose and hold that for a while. For now, just take a few breaths. Okay, let's push yourself up. I want you to push your left hip out as far as it'll go. You're kind of pushing with your hands against the mat. This should feel good on your outer thigh. Now let's do that on the opposite side. Pushing your right hip out. Remember to breathe. Let's go again to the left. And again to the right. Coming center. I want you to bring your left knee up to your left thumb. Now bring that foot to the outer edge of the mat, okay? Straighten out that back leg. Your right leg goes straight out, flat foot, till you can get most of that leg on your mat. Now we're going to walk our hands up so our chest is up and open. We are now in pigeon. This arches your back a little bit. If that hurts, just come back down on it. You know, don't make it so extreme. Let's take a few breaths. Engage your core here. Kickstand those back toes and lift that leg up off the mat. Again, another breath. Bring your right leg back to the mat, flatten that foot. Now we're going to walk our hands out to the inner side of that left knee, to the right side of your mat. We're going to come down on our forearms. Take a few breaths here as well. Pigeon is a great stretch for your hips. Let's walk ourselves back up. Take that knee back so we're back in tabletop. Widen those knees, bring the big toes together. Let's go back into child's pose. Hands are out. I want you to make a big circle with your hands and bring them to the back of your heels. Take a breath. Let everything relax here. Let your shoulders relax, your lower back. Breathe. Release your heels. Bring that big circle on the mat back above your head. And walk yourself back up. Okay, we're going to bring our right knee up this time. So bring your right knee to your right thumb. Let that foot go to the outer edge on the left side of your mat and straighten out the left leg as flat as you can go. Walk your hands back up. Now we're in pigeon on the other side. Take a few breaths here. Engage your core here. Hold your tummy in so that doesn't hurt your back. Deep breath. Kickstand those left toes and lift that leg up off the mat. Breathe. Another breath. Bring that leg down, flatten that foot. Now we're going to walk our hands out on the inner side of that right leg, left side of your mat. Come down on your forearms. Take some breaths here. Walk your hands back up. Return that knee to tabletop pose. Widen those knees. Again, child's pose. Push back into the child's pose. Again, hands are above our head and our forehead is to the mat. This time another big circle, but our arms are going to go up on the small of our back. Just clasp your hands together and let those arms and shoulders just flap. Breathe. Release your hands, circle back to the top of the mat. and push yourself back up into tabletop. Okay. We're going to come down on our forearms. Our knees are still hip width apart. We're going to let our belly drop. Our rear end goes right up into the air, okay? And now we're going to shift our weight from one knee to the other, making our hips wag. This is puppy dog. We're going to just wag our tail for a little bit here. This should be a really nice feeling on your lower back. Back and forth. And of course, we're remembering our breaths. Okay, come center. Kickstand those toes. You're still on your forearms. We're going to come up into dolphin. So we're going to push up and come up on our legs, but stay on our forearms. So this is a modified downward dog, but it's called dolphin. Take some breaths here. Take another breath and slowly lower yourself to the mat, down. Flatten those feet. Come back up into tabletop. Okay. Alrighty. We are now going to go where we rock. So we're going to rock back, and then we're going to come forward. Go ahead and rock back. Come forward onto your all the weight onto your hands. One more, rock way back. And now come up on your hands into upward facing dog. Now you can stay on your knees like I am right now, flat feet, or you can lift those knees up off the mat. That puts all the weight on the top of your feet and on your arms. This is upward facing dog. Take a breath in, engage your core, and bring yourself down to the mat. Come out onto your forearms and open up your chest as much as you can. This should not hurt your lower back. Take a few breaths here. We're in Cobra. All right, I want you to bring your hands together underneath your face. Now, elbows are out, and so you have like a triangle shape. And you've got your hands clasped together. We're going to kickstand those toes. We're going to come up into a low plank in this position. So take a deep breath, engage your core, and just lift your body up off the mat for 2 breaths. 1, 2, and come back down. All right, that's working some of our abs there. All right, hands are again under by our shoulders. We're going to push ourselves up so we're back into tabletop. And we're going to ready ourselves for downward facing dog. So kickstand your toes. Take a deep breath, hold your tummy in, and push up. Okay, let's pedal those feet. Now in downward dog, your butt should be up as high as it can go. Arms are alongside your ears. Your hands are open wide so that the weight is on your palm. All right, let's hold our down dog, pushing our heels as close to the mat as we can. You can push back on your hands to try to get them further down. Take some breaths. I want you to take a deep breath and lift that right leg as high as you can into the air. And return that to the mat. Another deep breath in. Let's lift the left leg all the way up. Return to the mat. Let's walk our hands to our feet. Now we are in ragdoll. In ragdoll, the upper half of our body is just that. It's just like a ragdoll. It's just loose and heavy. Let our arms just drop. Our head is, top of our head to the mat. You're looking back behind your legs, okay? We're going to do some arm circles, big circles. Let's go in the opposite direction. I'd like you to grab a hold of the back of your calves. Take a breath in. And now pull yourself into a forward fold. Bend your knees a little bit and bring your upper body as close as you can to your thighs. Release that. Bring your hands to your waist today. Now flatten that back. Take a deep breath in, bend those knees a little bit, and slowly come on up. Okay, well, that concludes our first half. I'm going to leave the video running. I'm going to let my kitty back in. Go ahead and get a drink of water. We're going to take a minute or two little break here. The next half of our practice, we are going to utilize a towel, so make sure you have one, okay? So I'll see you back in a minute. Come on, kitty. Oh, I hear our neighborhood dog. Our neighbor dog is barking. Okay, here you go. Okay, my little yoga frog here. All right, girls. I hope you've, ladies, men and women, I hope we have some men with us today. We're going to start our practice off with some balance, the second half here. I like to do my balancing off my mat. The sponginess of the mat kind of interferes with my balance ability, or so I think, right? Okay, let's get ourselves grounded. We're all ready, okay? We're going to lift our toes, we're going to spread them wide, and then we're going to set them down on the floor. We're going to engage our thighs, tighten them, push them down toward the earth. Take a deep breath up. Exhale into a cactus arm. Take another deep breath up and bring our arms to the side. Okay, so today for our balance, we're going to do our falling star. I want you to take a step out with your left foot. Bring your arms at like 10 and 2 on a clock. We're going to engage our core, and we're going to take a deep breath. And on our exhale, we're going to lean over to the right. And we're going to bring that left foot up, keeping your fingers or your arms at the same 10 and 2. Or just spot on the floor. Let's see if we can become shooting stars and not falling stars. And release. Okay. Again, grounded. Lift those toes, set them back down. Gauge your thighs. Hold your tummy. Take a step out with the right foot. Arms at 10 and 2. All your weight into the left leg and lift your right. Try to bend over as far as you can without falling. Take a few breaths. And release. Okay, I'm going to move my little yoga frog because the next one we're going to do is what I call the DUI. Might be something you'd have to do if you ever got stopped by our wonderful patrolman, right? So I want you to step on the outside of your mat with my right foot here. So your right foot against your mat. I don't want you to look down. I want you to look up. And your hands are going to go on your waist. And you're going to take a step heel toe along the length of that mat, okay? Remember, don't look down, look ahead. Sometimes this is easier said than done. Okay, we're going to get all the way to the end of our mat. Okay, my left foot is forward. We're going to stand here in this position. I'm going to lift my left arm, grab it with my right, and pull over to the right side. Take a breath. And release. All right, let's go backwards this time, okay? So you're starting with your left foot is ahead of your right. Hands to your waist, and now let's heel toe backwards along the edge of that mat. No looking down. Remember to breathe, placing your toe against your heel as you make your way back along the mat. I look down. All right, we're going to end up with our right foot in front of our left. And I'm losing my balance. I failed the DUI test. Right arm up. Left arm, grab a hold of the right wrist. And now pull your body to that right side, or left side. Sorry. Deep breath. And release. Okay. All right, we're going to go into chair. I do this on my mat. And with the chair, you want to make sure you never bring your knees ahead of your toes, okay? So the knees have to stay back, kind of straight, parallel with your shins. And with chair, you're going to stick your butt straight out, okay? So you're not leaning forward. You're not bending down. You're sticking that rear end straight out and down. And now bring your arms up along your ears. We're going to take a deep breath in, and now we're going to bring our arms back and come up on our toes. Sit back down in chair, up on your toes. And I lost my balance. Let's do that again. Get positioned again. Get down into a chair, bring up our arms. Take a breath. Come up on your toes. And then back down. Okay. Slowly come up. We're going to do a little bit of our warriors again today. So we're going to have our left foot out, our right foot at a parallel. We've got a nice deep bend in the front of our left thigh here. We're going to turn our hips toward that left leg. Take a breath and bring our arms up. Deep breath in and go into warrior two. Let's turn our hands up. Take a deep breath in, straighten that front leg, arms overhead. Exhale back down into warrior two. Let's do that again. Palms up. Deep breath up, straighten your leg. Exhale out. One more. Palms up, deep breath. Exhale down. Now I want you to just straighten that front leg. Kick out that right hip. Stretch out the left fingers, and now bring them down to the inside of that left foot. Your right arm goes straight up in the air. Taking a breath here. We're going to windmill that right arm back down to the mat. Pivot on your back foot. And you have your hands on each side of your front foot. This is in a runner's lunge here. Take a few breaths here. Now we are going to push ourselves forward, still spidering our fingers, and we're going to lift that right leg. Take a breath. Take another breath and bring that foot down to the mat. I want you to slowly bring yourself down to that right knee. Flatten that right foot. Both hands are still on each side of your left foot. We are going to keep our toes down, and we're going to lean back. And our toes are still down to the mat. Nice stretch on the front of the shin here. Take a breath in, and on your exhale, let's flex that foot. And even grab a hold of those toes if you'd like, and bring that stretch a little deeper. And release. Let's bring those toes back to the mat. This time we're going to lean way forward. Now we get a nice angle bend on the front of our right thigh. This is a nice hip flexor stretch. Take a few breaths in this position. And release. Let's lean back again. Toes are down. Shin stretch. Flex that foot up. Toes back down. Now return that knee back so that you are on both knees. Return to the camera so you can see me. And come up straight so that you're on your knees. Take a deep breath up. Grab a hold of your right wrist and pull over to the left side. So you have a nice side stretch here. And release. We're going to kickstand those toes. We're going to push up into downward facing dog again. Walk our hands to our feet. We're in ragdoll. Bring your hands to your waist, then flatten your back. Bend those knees a little bit, and slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Okay, we're going to do all that on the other side. All right, so now I'm going to put my right foot out. Left is at an angle in the back. Nice deep bend here. We're going to turn our hips toward that right leg. Arms are up. Take a breath. Warrior one. Take a deep breath and let's move into warrior two. Back foot goes parallel. We're looking out over our fingertips. Turn your palms up. Take a deep breath. Straighten the front leg. Bring your arms up. Exhale back down. Bring your arms up. Exhale back down. One more. Arms up. Exhale back down. This time I want you to just straighten that front leg. Kick out the left hip. Bring the right arm straight out and then down. Left arm goes straight up to the ceiling. Take a breath. Let's windmill that left arm to the mat. Put fingers on each side of the right. Pivot on that back foot. We're in a runner's lunge. We're going to walk our hands forward a little bit and lift that back leg. We're going to help balance ourselves with our fingertips on the floor. Breathe. And then bring that foot back to the mat. And I want you to slowly come down onto that left knee. Engage your toes down on the mat and lean back. Getting a nice shin stretch here. Now let's lean a little further back and flex that foot. You can even help it a little bit. Grab those toes. Remember your breaths. And release. Take those toes back down again. And now this time we're going to come forward as far as we can with a nice stretch in the front of that thigh. So there's a good angle on the left thigh there. For a hip flexor stretch. Breathe. Take another breath. And let's back. Again, keeping our toes down, engaged on the mat. Shin stretch. Come back with a flexor. For a calf stretch. Hamstring. And now we're going to bring that knee back so that we are up on our knees. Taking a deep breath up. We're going to grab a hold of our left wrist this time and pull our arm over to the right side. A nice body stretch here. And release. Coming back into tabletop. We're going to kickstand those toes. Take a deep breath. Push up into down dog. Walk our hands to our feet. Hands to our waist, flat back. Bend our knees a little bit and slowly come on up. All right, we're going to finish our standing practice with the towel that I mentioned earlier. And I see that my head is kind of cut off a little bit. Okay. All right, I want you to have the towel shoulder width apart. Grab onto it. You can even do a couple if you have the room to. Okay. Now I want you to take and put yourself into a wide stance. Our toes are forward. And what you're going to do is you're going to turn just your arms. Your waist isn't moving. That'll hurt your knees, okay? So your knees are bent a little bit. Our feet are grounded. And we're going to pull our arms across over to the right. It's kind of like a bow and arrow move. And then to the left. Stay at shoulder height. Over to the right. Remember to breathe. And then over to the left. Okay, now I want you to take that same towel stretch, bring your hands to your thighs, gauge your core, your spine is nice and tall. We're going to take a breath and we're going to bring that slowly up, chest height, head, over our head, and as far back as we can. Breath in, exhale, slowly bring that down. Pulling apart on the towel as we do this. Let's do that one more time. Deep breath in, pull apart, bring it slowly up, over our head and shoulders back. Slowly, deep breath in. Now exhale that all the way down. Okay, we're going to let go of that and have a seat on the mat. We'll bring the towel with you. We're going to put our feet on the outside edges of our mat. Sit up and lean back on your arms. My fingers are away. We're going to hold in our tummy. Take a deep breath, and we're going to bring our knees over to the left. And when you do this, push your right knee down. So my right hip is up, and that's great. Push that knee down so that's into the floor. Take a breath. Take a deep breath, and let's bring those knees up and over to the right side. This time we're pushing down on the left knee. One more time. Deep breath in, knees over to the left. Deep breath in, knees over to the right. Okay, we're going to do boat again, but we're going to use the towel to do boat. Alrighty? So we're going to put the towel at the bottom of our feet. Hold on to it. And we're going to come back into boat. And with the towel, we should be able to straighten our legs out a little more. Keep some balance, maybe. Take some breaths. Once you get where you're kind of settled, let's take a few breaths. And release. Okay. Leaving our knees up, we're going to engage our core. We're going to slowly lower ourselves to the mat, all the way down. We have the towel in our hands. We're going to put it, again, shoulder width apart. And down on our tummy area, straightening out our legs, pointing our toes, taking a deep breath, bring those arms, pulling on that towel, pull apart, arms all the way up above our head, to the floor if you can. If that hurts your shoulder, don't do it. Take a breath. Take another breath, and now let's lift those arms, pulling apart on the towel, and bring them back down to our tummy. Let's do that one more time. Deep breath in. Exhale, bring those arms over your head. Deep breath in. Exhale, bring those arms back to your tummy. Okay. We're going to set the towel aside for now. In reach, we will be using it again. I'd like you to bring each knee in one at a time. Give it a hug. Rock side to side, massaging that lower back. My favorite position. Really feels good. Stretching out that left leg. I want you to keep your right leg in. Find that towel. We're going to take and put the towel behind our thigh. We're going to hold it in each hand, and we're going to straighten out that right leg. Push that heel to the ceiling. And then with both hands on that towel, pull that leg towards you. A breath. Point your left toe, and on your next, take a breath. And on your exhale, lift the leg and your shoulders off the floor. The left leg. And release. Move that towel up behind your calf on your right leg. Both hands, take a breath. And pull that leg towards you. Deep breath in. On that next exhale, lift. And release. Move the towel to the bottom of your right foot. Still with both hands. Bring that leg towards you. Breathe. Take a deep breath in, exhale, lift, and release. Put both ends of the towel into your right hand. Left arm goes out in a half a T here. We're going to take a deep breath in, and we're going to slowly lower that right leg to the right side, controlling it with that towel. Take it as far as you comfortably can. And once you get to that spot, let's just hold, breathe. Another deep breath. All right, slowly bring that leg back up to the center. We're going to switch hands. Put the towel in your left hand. Right arm goes out. This time we're going to slowly bring that leg over to the left side. Now I want you to keep that leg parallel with your hip. I don't want your knee to go below your hip. Once you're there, hold, breathe, and bring it back up and release. Bringing both legs in again. Bring our knees in, hug them tight, back side to side. Okay, now we're going to straighten out that right leg, taking the towel, putting it behind our left thigh, ends of the towel in each hand. Straighten up that left leg, push the heel to the ceiling, point the right toes. Take a deep breath in and pull that left leg in with the towel. Take another breath, and on your exhale, lift your right leg and your shoulders off the mat. And release. Move the towel to your calf. Take a deep breath, and on your exhale, pull that leg towards you. Take another deep breath. On your exhale, lift. And release. Take that towel to the bottom of your foot. Deep breath in. Pull that leg towards you. Another deep breath in. Exhale, lift. And release. Put the ends of the towel, both ends, into your left hand. Stretch out your right arm on the floor. Slowly lower that left leg to the left side. You can get as far as you comfortably can, then hold. Take a breath. And another breath. Now let's slowly bring that leg up. Let's switch hands. Put the towel in your right hand, left arm out. Now we're going to slowly lower that left leg to the left side or right side. Again, remember, don't take your knee lower than your hip. Once you're there, take a few breaths. Slowly bring that leg back up. Release the towel. Again, give your knees a hug. Now I want you to rock and put your hand palm down underneath the small of your back on each side. This gives you some protection on your lower back. Now we're going to take our legs straight up in the air. Flex the feet. Push those heels toward the ceiling. Now open up those legs into a V as wide as you can go. We're exhaling here. Point those toes. Exhale. Flex. Point. Flex. One more time. Point. And flex. Rotate your ankles in a big circle. Rotate them in the opposite direction. Now bring your legs back together. Holding your tummy in, I want you to lower your left leg almost to the floor. And slowly bring it back up. Let's do that again with your other leg. Lower it as far as you can. Hold your tummy in. Lift it back up. One more time. Lower. Lift. Deep breath in. Lower. and lift. Rock your hands out from underneath your back. Reach up and grab each ankle. Bring the soles of your feet and your heel towards your belly button. Take another breath in. Lower your feet to the mat in butterfly. We're going to get ready for Savasana. We're going to push those feet out to the end of the mat and let them just flop open. Your hands are alongside of you with the palms up. You can put pointer finger to thumb. Put your chin to your chest so you're on the back of your head. We're going to return our breathing to normal. As we do that, any thoughts that come through, just let them pass through like the clouds. Just let them float by. Relax. Be mindful of your muscle groups. Start with your head. Work your way down. Relax your forehead. Relax your neck, shoulders. We're going to stay this way for a few minutes. Wiggle your toes, your fingers. Start to wake up a little bit. Slowly roll over on your side. Put your arm under your head. Bring your knees in. Little fetal position. When you feel ready, let's push ourselves slowly back up. We're going to come to a seated position. Okay. Alrighty. We're going to bring our hands out, bring them up to shoulder height. We're going to take a little bit of a breath, and then we're going to slowly close our arms, wrapping them around us, giving ourselves a hug. We're thankful for the time we were able to take today to enjoy this practice. Let's open our arms again. Close them in the opposite direction, again giving ourselves a hug, patting ourselves. Good job. Bring your arms up overhead. Thank you for joining us today. Hands in prayer. Namaste. All right, my Schalamar friends, there was another nice practice for today. Can't wait to see you in person in the fall. Bye.